Hello, Smite fans and Smite viewers, and welcome back to the final game of a best of three series for the Xbox Pro League semi-finals between Example and Incept. These guys have been going at each other for the past two games. Nightfall, I'm so excited just to see this last game, man.
Yeah, I mean, 1-1 is the series. Both games was, I don't want to say so close, but they were exactly the same. Like I said last game, it was like if you have a mirror and you put it between the matches, uh,
There you go, game number 1 and 2.
pretty much exactly like that. Example played extremely well last game, and Incept played very, very well in game number one. And
Yep.
it seems to be oriented around this mid lane, their star players, and really who carries them in terms of damage, but the entire teams are just always synergized together.
Yeah, Yarpy and Panic in the mid lane, and that's one thing we were talking about before as well. The level advantage for the winning team is generally about 4 or 5 levels in between it. So basically, just get your mid laner fed, and you've basically won the game at this point, which is what
Let
we've
them
seen.
carry.
Let them carry it.
Yeah,
Both the mid laners have gone, I think 10-0, but neither mid laners
uh,
when they were winning has died at all. So I mean that's
yeah.
extremely interesting to
It
even
was
think about.
it was 9-0 last game. It was very close, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
13 was it the first game? It was
yeah,
extremely
Yarpy playing with
close.
Scylla, just crazy. I want to see it again. Odin banned out on Example. What is with these guys? Incept played Scylla, then they banned Scylla, and then Example played a crazy Odin, and then they banned Odin.
Yeah, it's just that setup potential, I guess. I mean, they
Yeah,
don't want to give it away. Example are afraid of giving it to Incept, and then Incept were afraid of giving Scylla to Example, as we see Thor and Guan Yu are our next picks. Ban,
yeah.
sorry.
Thor, very, very strong. He has the global ultimate. We didn't really see too much of him last game. However, I mean, still very, very strong with the global ultimate. As soon as he hits level 5, being able to gank a lane. And Guan Yu as well. I mean, the heals, the cavalry charge. We haven't seen him at all today. Isis banned away on the side of Incept.
Yeah, I'm really keen to see this first pick as well. See if that one comes through. Isis, a good ban. Very, very. Although it was stomped last game, it's still a great pick. And now that Odin is gone, because Odin was gone, it was a great pick.
Geb is the first pick on this side of Example. Again, I would have liked to see a Khepri here, maybe a Chiron. They play it very well. Geb, though, for the last two games, has been destroying. We saw how well Salt played it last game. I mean, Blink Cataclysms being able to keep up with Chappie as well. Kumbhakana and Soul are probably your duo lane for Incept.
Yeah, Soul can be flexed to mid, but Kumbhakana Soul, it's both magic though. I don't think
Yeah,
that's a great
true.
mix. Kumbhakana's got great setup with that epic uppercut. I think he's in the air for 3 seconds, followed by a Miz that lasts for 3 seconds as well and reduces attack speed once you get knocked out
And
of
the
it.
root.
Yeah,
The root, he has heaps of CC.
he has huge CC, and his passive keeps him alive and forces the enemies to attack him uh, once he dies, keeping their attention on the dead support who's not going to do anything. So a lot of people fall for that.
Exactly right. Chiron and Vamana, for example. We've seen him every single game today. Wow, strong picks. Scylla for Incept. Yarpy, my main man. Can he
Yes,
get a quadra kill again as Athena's banned on Incept? Whoa. Yarpy, though.
yes, I'm keen to see another quadra, hopefully a penta. Athena taken away again, as we mentioned before. Great CC, great global presence, as well as Giannis, as we see. Again, they really don't like their global presence. Carries gods over here
Yeah.
on Xbox, and Al Kwang once again banned all 3 games.
Yeah, Zeka has set the meta for Xbox. You let Alkong through. I mean, you pretty much win the game. But interesting to see that Khepri is still on the board. Athena got banned out in the second picks, but our first two picks were Kumbhakana and Geb. And Khepri's banned out now on the side of Example. I mean, are they favouring these
Th-
big CC ults like Geb and Kumbha? Well, Kumbha's not really there. Well, yeah,
Maybe it's solo Kumbhakana. And
maybe.
they banned Kippy because they didn't think it would go support. Oh, now Bellona's picked up.
Definitely Kumbhakana support there for Incept. as Bologna. Eagles Rally was played last game. Vamana on the side of example, though. It didn't really work out for Incept last game, picking the Bologna. Humbats and Agni, big CC AoE ultimates, for example, and Incept pick up their final god, which is, again, going to be Bastet, which they played in the first game.
Yeah, this looks like a very, very close matchup as game number 1 with the Agni, Humbats, and Gib and Chiron. The only difference is the solo laner Vamana, instead of being on Incept side, it's on Example side, and Bastet and Scylla as well. So Example trying to play as close as they can to game number 1. They lost in that first match, but we'll have to see how they do as we jump straight into game here in game number 3 of the semi-finals. Winner of this game goes on to the grand finals to face Citadel.
Citadel are 14-0 at this point, but
whoa,
can Yapi carry the guys of Incept? Yapi is going to be on the blue team, which is going to be Incept, and your red team is going to be Example. This is your last game, as Nightfall mentioned. This is going to be an extremely exciting game. Can we see another Quadro? That's the question.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Regardless of who wins this game, both deserve to move on. I think they've both played very, very well, and to get to this point is extremely commendable for them. I'm really keen to see who finally comes out on top in this best of 3, game number 3. I mean, how often can you say that we go to game number 3 and we're this close and both games were so reflective of each other?
And that's the thing that I've really seen of Xbox. These two teams, especially Incept and Example, we were told at the start this would be a best of 3 series, which we were promised. These are probably the most 2 even teams that you've ever seen, both games being completely mirrored, as you've said. Can this game be mirrored in the first game, or can both teams pick up what their negatives were in the games that they've lost and keep the positives which they've acquired when they've won? I want to see it. Both the Trump from Yapi playing the Scylla, but I mean Minter and Chappie playing Chiron and Vamana respectively.
But the Bastet really needs to come online this game very early.
Yeah.
To try to help out Yapi get to the point where he needs to be. Bastet, of course, great early game and can carry the Scylla through that mid game with the early game with the damage from the cats. But I really want to see how Example can use the early game strength of Agni and Humbats to be able to shut down the Scylla. Like we mentioned in game number 1, it had to happen. Unfortunately, it didn't, but we'll see what happens throughout this game, as nothing too aggressive, everything very standard here.
Yeah, we've seen it. Right mid camp's getting picked up. No one really contesting. We did see Edison, though. He's going to be playing the Duo Mage in the Duo lane. I like it. I like Edison playing the Soul. With the Disapparate, we've known that Edison can play very, very safe gods, and he plays them very effectively. Soul can be played extremely safe with the Disapparate, as I mentioned, but the Stellar Burst, the amount of damage that you actually do with that when you get into that mid-game, late game, it's tremendous.
Yeah, and the wave clear early is, as we can see, clearing out very, very well against a Chiron, who's known for his wave clear, but the help of Chiron is also doing very, very well. There's a Miz going down. Bit of damage, not much, but the matchup going as expected.
And we've seen the solo lane. We've seen Minter. This is pretty much the exact same, or it is the exact same solo lane we saw in last game. Minter, pretty much, I wouldn't say that he dominated. I would actually say that Bacon was winning the solo lane. It's, as we mentioned in last game, pretty much an unkillable lane. No one is going to really die in that lane unless unless one of them hits 5 or 4 and maybe goes for an early tower dive, or if somebody rotates over from mid, even the jungle. But basically, until they start rotating, it's going to be an unkillable lane.
Yeah, especially, you put it exactly right there. Mana with the great wave clear, he's never going to be pushed under tower. Bologna is great sustain, and I mean, it's just down to who pokes and then who all-ins first. I don't think they will, though, because they're both very smart players, as we've seen from game 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Still, Dank Bacon hitting level 5. And oh, Eagles rally though. Didn't connect with Mincer at all. They're pretty much wasted now. Now example know that the ultimate is down, so they could easily come over to solo and get an easy kill on first blood. And if Mincer gets ahead, oh, over in our mid lane though, that's massive damage. Yapi with the I'm a Monster going to be able to connect. We're not going to see the Quadra, but the cats get popped right onto AQ. The cats are still online, right onto Panic. He's going to be falling under that tier 2 tower. Will he fall down to the cats? Maybe. Nope, they're going to be dying to the tower. Very low there. First blood going to Incept Nightfall.
Indeed it is, and that's that power of the Bastet early game. Honestly,
and Red Pop.
Haytons should not have jumped out there. Because with the amount of damage that Cats were doing and tanking that tier 2 tower, he could have gone in and continued to basic attack and got a double. But just the first blood is still good enough for them to withstand this early game.
And now we're going to be seeing Yapi and Haytons steal away. Example is Red Buff. Early invades are what we've seen. Well, not really early invades, just domination of the mid camps is really gave Incept the advantage in the first game. So we might even be seeing it here as they're going to go get the left mid camps, right mid camps going to be picked up by example from AQ and Panic.
You know, Miz over here in the duo lane, there's the epic uppercut, and Addition trying to deal as much damage as possible. Cataclysm to stun out the carry, and not a lot of damage. I say not a lot, but only because that's a Chiron, and Chiron has got great sustain in his passive. So while it was 60%, it's not too much, especially for 2 ultimates being blown there.
AQ has the Fear No Evil up. Can he gank a lane at this point? Possibly. I want to see him maybe gank. Oh, over in our Joy lane though, we might be seeing a rotation from Haytons. He has the cats up and available. He might be looking to go right onto Chappie here, but Chappie's really just too safe at this point. He can use his giddy up and kick the cats away and pretty much get out of there scot-free.
Yeah, that giddy up takes you so far so quickly and knocks people behind you. It's huge, and you can deal damage while you're dashing. It's such a great ability. And Gib Shield, as we just saw, keeping him alive and sustained even more than his passive in this lane. The lane should be losing, mainly because of the Gib versus Khepri support wave clear matchup. But Khepri is doing, Chiron is doing very well at wave clearing. I really want to see Golden Hand. Where's Chiron sitting at the moment? Okay, so he can finish Transcendence once he's back. So we'll see him back very shortly.
Yeah, he'll be able to get that power spike and be able to stack up. Another interesting thing that we saw in game 1 of Incept is 4 members building the beads to counter the Cataclysm and also the stun from the Agni and the Fear No Evil, most likely. I don't know. I actually like it on the Kumbhakana. In the first game, they did pick the Khepri, so there's really no need for Destiny to pick up the beads. But on Kumbhakana, I mean, I don't dislike it.
I kind of do dislike it, because if you get a curse, then you are a CC machine. If you get a heavenly agility, no, it's called sprint now, isn't it?
Sprint.
So if you get that, then you're just more oriented around the team, and that's what supports are for. You shouldn't be selfish and get leads when you are one of the tankiest gods in the game, and even when you die, you still have that potential to come back alive. So it's really not needed. He should be more.
He could have even gone for a shell. I would have liked to see the weakening.
Shell is a lot better than B.
Weakening just because of when Mincer comes into the fights, goes up in the Colossal Fury form, it's going to stop his HP 5 by a lot. I mean, I do believe it's about 60% with the curse, or 55%. It's one of the two. But it stops it a lot.
It does indeed. And Shell I just like because of the amount of protections that it gives you early. And if you do get all in from something like a Kumbhakana, say this was the side of example instead. If you had Shell, then the amount of damage that Incept can do with such a bursty matchup, then it will get degraded massively.
Scylla's already building into her Doom Orb. They really need to stop her. I think it was about 11 minutes when Yapi finished off his entire 50 stacks and still did not get picked up, so they really need to be trying to focus out Yapi. As you see, left mid camps might be getting contested here. It's not going to move my camera over there, however. Oh, Yapi gets himself a kill right onto AQ. They need to shut him down. They need to shut him down. If he's 1-0, 30 stacks at 7.5 minutes, I mean, they need to shut him down, otherwise he's just going to get two-fed. He's going to snowball like we saw him last game. He's going to get a quadra and he's going to go, what, 13-0?
Well, we might see that again, but as soon as Stiller comes online, gets out of that early game struggle, then he'll be able to carry once again. But he unfortunately missed that I'm a monster because of a tiny millisecond timing when Dostany epic uppercutted AQ there. So it was just 1 second between
being up in the air and then being smacked in the face by a monster.
Pretty much. I mean, it was so close. If he had landed it, then the potential damage that have come through resets was huge. Unfortunately, he missed out on that, but still got the kill. What I like a lot is these Talaria boots coming out of Kumbhakana as well. He's a CC bot, pretty much, and a tank. So he needs to be able to move around the map so that he can set up for everyone as fast as possible. I really like this.
Do you want to see him maybe building into... I know he's got the bead, so he's probably going to be building into maybe a Heavenly like he bought last game. But a Blink Sky Uppercut, followed by the route from Seal, or even the route from Kumba into the Mez, a Blink wouldn't be that bad of an idea for him.
No, it's actually really good. If you blink uppercut, then it takes people by surprise. The entire team is like, what's going on? They try to help, they get closer, and then they all get knocked up.
Oh, mid lane, Blink Cataclysm right onto Yarpi. He's going to be able to use the beats. The Cat's right onto Panic. He's going to dash out of there. Back in the tier 1 tower. Yarpi is going to get himself a kill onto AQ. He finally got the combo with the Sky Uppercut and I'm a Monster. 2-0 is Yarpi at this point. Oh, that is not good for AQ. 0 and 3. Every single death, for example, has been Yarpi. I mean, not Yarpi, has been AQ.
That was actually so well played there by Dostany. As soon as Humbats came in, he used that Mesmerize. He was stunned on the tower, immediately knocked him up, and Stiller was able to use that I'm a Monster so well, and this time was able to hit that combo. And now he's sitting at 2 kills, max stacks here at 9 minutes in the game.
9, he's bet his record by a solid 2 minutes.
What is the lead? He's got just a 1-level lead on top of Agni.
The thing with AQ being 0 and 3, it sort of doesn't matter, to be honest, because they're really just using him, even if he's behind, just for the Fear No Evil and the CC. They don't need him to be doing too much damage, as they can follow up with the Chiron and even the Agni. So just being able to jump in, pop the Fear No Evil, and then get out of the fight, that's his job pretty much completely done.
Indeed it is. Being behind as a jungler, it really cuts off the places that you can go. The solo lane, their XP per minute is so high because they're by themselves, and the level advantage that Bologna now has because of this cuts off the gank potential that...
Salty missing the Cataclysm onto Yarpi in the mid lane. Hayden's just going to jump away. Unfortunate from Salty, that could have been a big kill onto Yarpi, trying to catch him out.
Yeah, so AQ can't go to solo lane because he's so far at this point, is what I was trying to say.
Speaking of solo, the builds coming through from both the Vamana and the Bologna. Do you like Vamana going straight into the breastplate for the cooldowns, whereas Bologna's opted to go into the Frostbound Hammer, first item after boots?
So for a Vamana, it's great because you want to be using those abilities as much as possible, clearing the wave out and dealing massive damage, and using that big baby form as well. Whereas Bologna needs to be able to clear the wave as fast as possible with her bludgeon because of those AoE auto attacks, as well as slow down the enemy. It gives health as well, which is good, and reduces attack speed, I think?
I think so, yeah.
Trying to think. I don't remember if it does. Please correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But yeah, for a owner with AoE basic attacks, should be slowing in an area, which is basically what Vamana with a Frostbound does in his ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. 12 minutes. Gold Fury is up at this point. Neither team has really gone for it at this point. They've really been fighting around these mid camps and just in the mid lane in general. Have a look at Edison though. He's building into a Doom Mob as well. Shouldn't really expect him to be losing that, as his lane hasn't really been, hasn't had a lot of action in it. So he should be able to get those 50 stacks and keep them for a while. Just as I was mentioning, Gold Fury Looks like Incept are going to be trying to start this on, but it might actually be a bait if I could just get the camera to move over to Gold.
Bit difficult, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
just a little bit.
Panic really needs to be over by the Gold Fury because he's a lot of the team's burst. Same as AQ. While they're clearing the wave out, trying to pressure, trying to come back, they need to be around the objective to try and be there to poke out and deal massive burst damage to Incept.
No fight at all around the Gold Fury. They were just trying to maybe look for a bait, but didn't come through from moving into the 13-minute mark. Yapi still just snowballing at this point, 2 levels ahead of Panic. Still, no one has been camping him whatsoever. He's going to be hitting level, or he's already level 13, so he can back and get his second relic, which is honestly going to make him even more unkillable at this point. He's going to be back and getting that Sanctuary that we've seen him pick up every single time. Purification is up for him as well. So he really can't die at this point. I think it's too late for them to really catch him out. Right mid-camp, so there might be a bit of a fight here if I could get the camera to move.
So Panic and oh, there's a blink. Cataclysm beads forced on Haytons. He doesn't get knocked up there, but he does take quite a bit of damage. It is returned back onto Salty, but net worth for Incept there as the Cataclysm's now on cooldown.
Hasn't been a kill for quite some time now. AQ's rotate. Oh, good double root coming through from Dostany. He's going up in the air. I'm a monster's going to come down. He's going to get a kill onto the Salty, not a Q. No Q pops getting here. We're already in the game. Left side mid camp's getting picked up for Incept, I do believe. Still 0-4 at this point. At least it wasn't 0-4 onto AQ there. Example Panic gets himself a return kill right onto Hayden's, getting him the first kill. Over in our solo lane though, looks like Colossal Fury is getting used up the curse. Not going to be able to connect to him. He should get out of this one. Bacon's going to be doing some hot jukes here. He'll be out of there easily though.
Oh, it looks like Mince is good for it. He's got the curse on towards Bacon.
Slow.
Can he find it? There's the bludgeon and the scourge trying to get damage back. Bacon, you need to be under the tower. Oh,
so close. There. He can go for it. He can go for it. But no, he's prioritizing tower over diving. He doesn't know where the Bastet is at this point. He could fall down very easily. So he's taking the safe pick and just going for the tower, which I respect a lot.
Mm-hmm. I like the from both these teams actually is that they really like the objectives, and we keep saying it throughout this entire broadcast is that they play towards the objectives. They prefer the towers over everything else, and as I keep saying, towers do not respawn.
Gold Fury does, however. Oh, Minza stayed a bit too long. Haytons is on the pursuit. He has that sprint right on his behind there. He should fall down in a second. That's going to be a razor wood. Yeah, he's dead. And another kill in favor of Incept at this point. It's not looking too well in favor of Example. However, if we just take a look into our graphs, it isn't that much of a lead in favor of Incept. It's just 1.6k experience, 1.3k gold, which is still definitely, they can come back from this. Example, if they just try and go for an objective at this point, possibly group up around a team fight. We haven't really seen a massive 5v5 at this point, moving on to the 16-minute mark, but it's bound to happen soon.
Yeah, it certainly is, and once it does, really see who starts to snowball this game, because if Incept win and Scylla gets ahead, we'll just see a repeat of game 1.
She's already ahead. She's level 15, 3-0.
Yeah, that's actually huge here. 16 minutes into the game. Oh, wow. He's going for the same build as well. He'll go for Obsidian Shard after that Chronos Pendant. That is the best. Getting Pen as soon as possible, especially as the magical defense is starting to come online for the Hunbats and the Gib with that Height of the Urchin. It's going to start stacking that up, but only if they can get kills, and so far they've only got 1.
Oh, that's a good blink. Cataclysm onto the 2 members. Dostany, Eagles Rally, stunned under tower is Minter. Sky uppercut is going to fall down. Salty might fall down in a second. Colossal Fury form is used to get out of the fight there. He's being chased by a lot of cats. No, we're not going to be watching Minter in a second. Under the tower, still Incept. They did get the Gold Fury while they were fighting in that mid lane, however. So that fight definitely in favor. Yeah, they got gold.
Wow. I had no idea, but now Incept is sitting at 3.1k gold lead, and that's really good here. Next fight, oh, Bologna going in aggressive onto Chiron, and nice stun from Agni will disengage Mixon now. He's forced to use that dash and he'll get away. After that, only how many people died there? None.
None. They just got gold, had a bit of a
Wow.
fight in mid, and then Mincer dove a bit too hard, but he's got Colossal Fury, so he was out of there safe and sound. Which is pretty much the definition of Xbox guys. They're playing extremely safe, only fighting when they really need to.
Yeah, but when they do need to, they go off and they
They go
stick
ham.
together.
They don't waste anything.
No way. They stick together, which is huge. PC players can learn something from these Xbox players. Like God,
Objectives over fire.
Yeah,
Kick Scylla,
the team synergy.
win.
It's so good. I'm loving it.
You're always seeing in the fights, everyone is grouped up. There isn't really anyone splitting. Maybe we might see Hayton's go in the backline with the Cats, but that's just typical Bastet things to do. Pretty much every fight, they've been going in all ham. The communications, especially last game, were on point with the Geb and the Odin, and also the Vulcan. So communication, definitely key for these Xbox players.
Well, Bologna's looking for the Vamana. He's got the bludgeon dealing huge damage, but the defense from Vamana will just keep him alive. Not a lot is happening over here in the solo lane, other than that tower being taken. Bologna tried to steal that one boar, but he pulled a fakie and tried to secure the kill.
Well, yeah, it's what I said at the start of the game. No one's gonna die in this lane. They'll get low because solo laners try to box each other out, try and get that advantage. But honestly, Bacon has the Eagles rally to just walk away, and if Bacon gets low enough, then Mince is just going to pop the Colossal Fury, but it doesn't really happen in succession towards a kill. Granted, he did pick up the tower, but Bologna still looking to farm. Tower still up on the right side, but big grouping over here on the left side, Gold Fury Nightfall.
Yeah, Gold Fury's still down for a minute, so I'm not too sure what they're grouping around. They're just trying to get ward vision, it appears. Oh, Chiron though, in a really bad position between a Soul and a... But nope, just going to use that 3 and run to safety. And that's the power of Chiron. Giddy up is just press 3 and you're in safety. But no, he didn't decide to back off. Fear no evil from AQ, not going to go down. Cats are though. A lot of damage going on towards Haytons though.
There we go. We finally moved over to the fight. Big grouping over here at the Gold Fury still, as we see our solo landers start to rotate over and our supports. This could look in favor. Oh, Eagles rally just to try and escape. Mincer there. Oh, good damage coming through from Edison using that ult defensively. Mincer should get out of the fight. I mean, Bacon should get out of that. Good Cataclysm. Haytons is going to get out of that one. He's got that movement speed after his pounce. Mincer going to be using that Colossal Fury, but he's going to disengage is Destiny. No kills either. Big fights, but no kills at all, Nightfall.
That actually brought a tear to my eye, how the jungler was so low, so was the solo laner, and all of Incept gathered round to make sure that they got out alive. That is team
It's just
play.
Teamwork. It's straight up teamwork.
So good.
And now they're
no one died.
taking down this mid lane tower. Oh, that's going to be a good combo. Geb Shield is going to be the winner of that fight. Why so salty with a hot Geb Shield is going to stop the I'm a Monster and the root from Destiny. Tier 1 tower not being able to fall just yet. Chappie and Edison still in their respective duo lanes, just trying to farm at this point. Oh, Fear no evil, right side mid camps. Did he misclick that?
Misclick.
Don't tell me he misclicked that.
That was a misclick. Unfortunately, not gonna hit anyone. He was in a good position to get a great one off, but unfortunately, bit of slip of the analog stick. Really unfortunate there, but it's on a cooldown for about 70 seconds now, so it's not too long. But now Incept have a way to aggress further than what they would have previously as the Gold Fury respawns, and now that will be the next point of contention. Exactly
right. As we see Scylla and Soul spotting this one out. Are they even going for it? I wish the camera would move. No, they're just going to be warding it. They have 2 sentry wards, and there's a ward right... No. Yeah, Example have 2 sentry wards, and Yarpi walked over, put a sentry, and didn't destroy either of the sentries, so not sure what the...
see them?
I don't know.
I wonder is it placed perfectly in the middle so it doesn't see
that is
either
next gen
of them.
strats. If the wards are set there so you can't see them with just your generic... Oh, Cat's getting popped from Haytons is trying to get away from that one.
That's
Bit of a
3v1.
wasted ultimate there.
Yeah, he really shouldn't have put that on cooldown,
He has
unfortunately.
Yogis, so he's gonna have the 20% reduced anyway.
Red wasn't picked up. Red wasn't picked up for side of example. Did Haytons must have stolen it.
No. Yarpy walked over there and put a crush. No, I don't even know.
Yeah,
No
it was
one's
stolen.
They didn't even pick it up, but
Incept
good
stole
steal.
it.
Four-man grouping in this mid lane tower as both our ADCs are going to be backing away. Edison with a good stellar burst, going to draw a lot of damage. Supernova coming through. Good cataclysm right onto Edison with a good stun from the fireballs. Panic gets himself a kill onto Haytons. That's going to be a good teleport. Backline from AQ with the Fear Not Evil, but Edison with the Disapparate form is going to get out of the fight. Yarpy with an Ima Monster is going to secure the kill onto AQ. And now Salty is going to be looking to get out of the fight. Ima Monster's not going to get himself the double kill that we saw him pick up last game, or even the
Teleport
quadra.
from Incept. Then the backbone on that
Can he
left
go?
side, Camps.
He might be a bit too late for the party.
Yeah, oh, he went around the wrong way. He went the aggressive way, then the rest of the team could have engaged. But he went the passive way, unfortunately.
Probably wasn't too confident. Good stun onto Bacon. Can he fall here? Doesn't look like it's going to be his demise at the point. Damage. Ooh, crush. Doing so much onto Chappie. Four-man grouping for Incept. They're not going to be losing this tier 1 tower just yet. If they can do anything about it. Chappie doing lots of damage with those basics. He's going to get out of the fight. Gold Fury is still up at this point in time. So either team can really be looking for it, Nightfall.
Yeah, indeed, and it looks to be in Incept's favor at the moment because they have more ultimates off cooldown. Do they? Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, 5 ultimates on the side of example and only 4 ultimates. The Iron Monster was the only ultimate getting used up there. Haytons does have the cat still online, so he could actually just solo. I'm surprised that Haytons hasn't actually gone for any split pushing. Usually we see he has the penetration build that we typically see for both challenges and Pro League, but he hasn't really looked to split push any towers like Loki did against Invidious.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but it comes back to both teams being so team-oriented. They really don't want to fight 4v5 at all, even if they do have an advantage. Now all the ultimates are back off cooldown, and they are going to want to fight, and it will be all ultimates all the time, I guess you could say. So Bastid's got the cats, got the Fear No Evil, Cataclysm, and
Chappie!
Oh wow.
I'm
Picked
once
off
again
right at the
used.
start.
Haytons gets himself the kill onto Chappie. The carry is now down. For example, they're going to be in a bit of a pickle now if they try and contest anything. Their major source of damage is down at this point,
Split
but
push.
Panic is still up.
Look at Mincer, he's over here on the tier 2 tower, he's going to be able to secure it as well. It is definitely definitely worth in favor of example. Even if the Gold Fury goes down, the gold is in favor of example.
And they're going to be able to pick up the second Gold Fury of the match in favor. Can Mincer actually push for this Phoenix? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to, as Bacon is rotated over. Good back and spot for him. But
AQ lived, got knocked up,
What?
and there was a Bastid ticking damage. Oh my god, is he gonna die to...
minions?
He nearly died to
Minions?
Jungle Bar.
Oh, I can't even see his health.
He's so low, but that is the Gib shield coming in handy once again, and now we can tell why Incept should be salty from why so salty.
I've heard Salty's actually one of the nicest guys on Xbox though, so I don't know if it's just a bit of a funny thing with his name, but he's apparently such a nice guy. Mid laners though, very different from the first 2 games, 2-0 and 4-0. Usually we see the mid laners as we saw last game. We saw Yarpy go 0-7 in the first game. I do believe that Panic went, roughly the same at 0-7, but both mid laners have actually been, keeping up with each other. Level 18 and only 2 levels difference for Yarpy, but he isn't too far behind. He hasn't died once either though, Nightfall.
Need to take a look at the gold that they're sitting on. Overall, they're at 11,000 to 10,000, so they are quite close actually. But the items are in favor of Yarpy, mainly because he's so close to finishing that Rod of Tahuti compared to the Soul Reaver. It looks like is going for.
Fire Giant looks to be grouped up around, for example, and Incept here. They might be trying to spot out any loose members that are trying to wander around the jungle here. Probably just trying to get ward vision. Oh, good stun in the mid lane right onto Haytons. He's forced to get out of the fight. won't be able to heal up that one. He probably has to back unless he wants to maybe go into the back line. We could be seeing a good teleport from Bacon, or onto Bacon, but he's going to be able to get out of the fight. Yapi lurking in the jungles. He might actually get caught out by Chappie here.
Oh, he might do indeed. No, actually, he
Oh,
won't.
Blink Cataclysm right onto Bacon. This Rainfire is not going to connect with any members of Incept. They're going to be taking down that T1 tower. Playing the objectives is the Xbox guys. Was that a 3-man Stellar Burst? AQ is going to fall down here. Definitely to those cats. Good double stun. I'm a Monster is up and available. Oh, AQ
so
just
close.
jumps out of the fight there. Chappie in the Centaurus form trying to do a lot of damage onto Edison. Dustin, he gets a kill onto AQ with that Sky Uppercut. Now Mincer in that big baby form. He's going to be trying to look for any members who are very low at this point. Yapi in the back line. And all the carries on the red team are extremely low. Only Destiny is at about 3/4 HP here. They need to be very careful about how Incept play this one.
Yeah, they're all very low. The Bologna off to the side is gonna back. So the general HP in favor of Example here. And now they're gonna continue pressuring. Oh no, they're just gonna go for the buffs. And this is a great move. Just take as much as you can while the enemy's playing passive because of their HP and get out.
They can go tier 1 tower and left. I mean, it's about, what, 3 basics off
A
for
breath.
Pyron, so
Breathe on it.
they could dive it. I want to see them dive it. Oh, Panic. Forced to use the beads there away from the Crush and the Root and Mez from Destiny, so that they can take advantage of that knowing that it is down. Gold Fury is coming up in about 1.5 minutes. Tier 1 towers, both in mid and the duo side, are very low. They should fall down in about a second. But, I mean, neither team really going for Fire Giant in these 2 games over in our 30-minute mark. Do you think that that could be the deciding factor for these teams if they just go for a Fire?
I think they don't have confidence that they will win the fight, even though they are ahead. And they don't want to risk the loss of a Fire Giant because it's so good. If you are at a Fire Giant and you don't 100% get it, then you've lost, basically. And with the lead that they have, they know that they're ahead, right? So they should be pressuring these towers rather than risking a loss at Fire Giant where you're being attacked by another entity, which is the Fire Giant.
Basically, they just want to go objectives because they don't want to throw at this point. I mean, 2 and 8...
You don't have minions around the Fire Giant, but you've got minions at a tower, so you're not taking any extra damage.
But from Fire, you're just taking so much damage from it. Maybe they're just... Gold Fury up in about 30 seconds. Still very, very a high point of contention for these both of these teams for Xbox in these very late game team fights. Other than Gold Fury, it's really just towers at this point that they are really going for. Pretty much everyone finishing off their core builds here. Anything out of the ordinary that you see, Nightfall?
The score is exactly the same as game number 1. This is 8 into roughly 25-30 minutes in the game. That's exactly the same sides as well. That's out of the ordinary, because how often do you see that?
It's literally just been mirror matches this entire time. Blink Cataclysm, not going to be able to connect with anyone. Oh, Edison, though, might get caught out here as he just gets out of there with that Disapparate form. Cats get used up as well onto AQ under the tower. Haytons just gets out. Fear No Evil was used defensively. Was that to just get away the cats from the tower?
I think he tried to get Lando onto Haytons, but he wasn't able to there, unfortunately.
Not going to stun anyone is Panic with that Rainfire. Edison with a good Stellar Burst right onto Chappie is going to secure the kill with the Supernova. Now Chappie is out of the fight. Their carry is gone. Their tower pusher is completely gone on the side of Example. But, however, Incept very low at this point. They're going to have to back off and maybe reset the fight. Gold Fury is up. They can go for it.
Oh, that Stellar Burst does so much damage to Panic at this point. It's
can he get massive. Do you reckon he should get a Soul Reaver? He's going to have to. That's
on Panic?
Yeah, on Edison.
Ah, okay. Yeah, actually, considering his build at the moment.
Yeah, he's already got the core items. He's got the Pen, the Doom Orb, cooldown on the Chronos, and Tahuti. That's going to be a complete build for Edison. He's going to do crazy damage.
Yeah, and with the Stellar Burst is going to absolutely demolish, and he's got the auto attacks to follow it up, followed by Supernova, just if you're not dead enough. As we just saw, he destroyed Chappie with it.
In our mid lane, Salty just gets caught up with that route from Dawson. Not going to be able to have any follow-up whatsoever. Rain Fire right onto Bacon is going to stun him out, but, oh, Cataclysm missing pretty much everyone there. Over the wall, I'm a Monster does not connect with anyone. That's going to be a Fear No Evil, still not connecting with anyone whatsoever. That's a crush, and Dawson, he gets himself a double kill onto AQ and Why So Salty. That's going to be a Gold Fury for Incept.
At 32 minutes into the game, they should be going for Fire Giant though.
Nope, Gold Fury over Fire.
As long as Bastic can poke out Panic so that he doesn't get Rain Fires off, they should be going for Fire Giant.
Is this PC China teams? Fire Giant, never touch it. Never touch Fire, but then take objectives in Gold Fury. I mean, yeah, maybe they don't even acknowledge the Fire.
Dude, China #1.
China
There's no doubt. And now they're pressuring down this, why is Mincer behind the team? Interesting. He's just gonna run straight through.
He's just going ham. He's Vamana, dude. He has Colossal Fury. He can just do whatever he wants at this point. As they're going to be taking down this tier 2 tower, no doubt about that. They have the pen from Edison, and oh, good damage coming through from Chappie onto Yapi. He falls down for the first time of this game, 4-1. He's going to be taking out Chappie with a double kill onto Edison. This is looking great for guys from Example, and now they're going to be chasing down Haytons. Does get knocked up, however, but there's no follow-up from Chappie and AQ. Panic is still here to back those guys. Oh,
Dostity with the hop. Oh my god,
I didn't even see.
Duped Mincer. Will he be able to get away? That's the question. Oh my god.
Fire. Go for fire, guys.
That was a hot play. He was
Haytons
like no
and Dostany
mana.
are so low, and they could easily go for Fire or Gold Fury, but they're splitting in the right lane while Geb is pushing the mid lane tower.
You just say Geb is sitting a mid lane tower?
Yeah, look at him. He's pushing the tower. Why?
What? Geb is
Why Salty? Why?
pressuring.
Chappie though.
Yeah,
he actually gets
the
tier 2.
support should not be by himself. Although, yeah, exactly as you were just about to say, Chappie pressuring that left lane is able to get it, but the support should not be by himself pressuring a tower. As the blink in from AQ, does he have the Fear No Evil? He doesn't. Nice 4-man Miz. There is the fight coming out. Haytons does get ticked to death by Panic.
Great Cataclysm onto the 3 members of Incept. Do they have the Rainfire stun onto Edison? Can he fall down to the tick damage? Mincer's looking very aggressive at this point. Does get hit by the crush. He's going in that Colossal Fury form to get out of the fight there. Get himself the HP 5. Tower does fall down in favor of Example. Go for Phoenix or Fire. Just go for Fire, guys. Just go for Fire. I don't want to
look at the graphs. They just went from a 5,000 lead to a 1,000 lead. That is a 4,000 gold difference after that fight. This is massive. For Example, they need to be able to take. I mean, just look at the towers. There are no towers left for Incept, but there are still 5 up for Example. That's huge.
And Example are 6 kills behind at this point, but the graphs are pretty much even at this point. Towers much in favor of Example. As he said, no towers are up, just the Phoenixes. What a great turnaround from Example for those last 2 fights.
Indeed, I mean, they just played so well, and it was unfortunate for Incept because they were ahead. The team fight was just so messy for them, and it looks uncharacteristic of them.
And now it looks like Yapi is going to be building into that Soul Reaver that we do like to see on him. He's going to be one-hitting everyone. And now we see Panic's gone into the Soul Reaver. And yeah, that's going to be Soul Reaver for Edison as well. That's a lot of Soul Reavers for both of these teams, Michael. Fire Giant, are they starting it? Are they doing it? 36 minutes in, are they going to do Fire?
I hope so.
Come on,
They're doing it.
No one is spotting it. And they get a free Fire Giant.
They've broken the gentleman's agreement. They've broken the gentleman's agreement, and Fire Giant has been taken 36 minutes into game number 3. Oh
the
my
entire
word.
best of 3 series, no one has taken Fire except for that 36.5 minute sneaky Fire for Incept. They just lost those last 2 fights, but can it all turn around for them back in the favor of Incept now that they have the Fire Giant? They're going to be split pushing this right lane tier 1 tower. They're going to be straight going for objectives. Cataclysm right onto Edison. He's going to be forced to use the Sanctuary and the beads. He's being chased down by the Geb Cats in the background. Do get popped right onto Chappie. He's going to fall down in a second. No, he gets a kill right onto Hayden's. And now Salty is going to be up in the air. Bacon gets a kill right onto Chappie as he was about 10 HP. Still fighting. Wow, they took down Chappie, but Hayden's, he's not going to be doing too much damage to those towers now that he is dead for 50 seconds.
That's a jungle for 80 carry, and that is in favor of Incept Day. Anyone who gets the 80 carry for a jungle is definitely worth, and now they're going for this tier 2 tower after the tier 1 has fallen. The DPS for the side of Example is gone, but it's still up for the side of Incept, and they have the fire giant. They can pressure. Why so Salty just so close to being caught out there? They're going for this tier 2 mid lane tower, and now they're coming back.
Sieging like crazy right now. Are they going for
Take a
gold
look at the
fury at this
graphs.
point?
Look, it shot up towards Example, and now it shot back down to the lead that Incept had once before they threw a tiny bit, but they've come back with this fire giant.
I mean, all you can really say about that is ward fire. Even though no one's really gone for fire, still ward it, dude. Like, they just got the freest fire giant ever while they were pushing up left. And that pretty much won them that fight, to be honest, if they didn't have the fire. Now, Incept are going to pick up their third gold fury of the match, Nightfall.
Yeah, now sitting at 7k worth of gold ahead. They're all finishing up their final items. Honestly, they should have gone for that tier 1 tower because it was so open.
Look
and
at gold in hand.
It's tier 1.
Before they backed
nearly 4,000
3.7k for Bologna. Oh my gosh, they are going to have the biggest power spike. These fights are about to get extremely interesting as everyone is going to be finishing off their builds at this point.
Yeah, and as I was just saying, the tier 1 tower is so weak. Especially with the fire giant, you could just destroy it so quickly. They could have got tier 1 and gold fury, but they're opting to just not waste too much time, get as much gold as possible, and then sit back and marvel in their massive lead and their lovely new shiny items.
Their shiny new boots that they have just picked up.
39-minute boots.
39 minutes in, only just finishing boots, just like Xbox things. No. Tier 1 tower should fall down because they do have the soul. She does so much damage to towers. She has the obsidian shard and the Tahuti. That's going to fall down in a second. Chappie gets hit with a sky uppercut. So I'm a monster's going to not. It's not going to connect the giddy up. Does get him out of there. Fear No Evil right onto Hayden's. He's getting boxed out at this point. Cataclysm onto Yapi and Hayden's. They're using a lot of ultimates to take out these two members. But Salty's just taking on 3 members by himself. He has no backup at all. He's going to fall down to Edison.
The Oriva proc was just so huge. Chappie off the backside there. He's in a position to make a good gank and pick off someone, but he just can't. Edison almost gonna fall. Yes, he will. Panic secures that one off the backside with a rain of fire, and now Mincer is in the middle of the fight. Nice stun. Stuns up 2 members, but it's both the tanks. Chappie in the back line. Once again, there is the curse. Mincer, will he fall? No, he's got the dash to get away. Nice miss. Dostany has got it. And now the stun. Will the fight continue? No, it won't, as mana is running low.
Still very much in favor for Incept. I do believe they took the tier 1. Tier 2 is still up and available. But, oh, Chappie though. I was going to say that's in favor, but that's
Example's favor now.
Yeah, Example's favor now. Nobody on this side of Incept have the fire giant buff anymore. It's going to be coming up in about 40 seconds. Can Example just go for the fire and possibly take out the win? I just want to have a look at the graphs to see if it's shot back in the favor. Nope, still very highly in favor of Incept. I take it back.
That tier 1 tower was very, but the kills were what really mattered. Edison was shut down, and so was Dank Bacon, as well as Hayden's right at the start of that fight.
Have a look at the build from Hayden's as well. He's going into... He has the typical full penetration build that we usually see on a Bastet, but then the Runeforged hammer. Why do you reckon she's gone into Runeforged?
I'm actually not too sure. It turns your physical protections into physical power, so he wants to have a little bit of defense, but he also wants that extra power too. Honestly, not worth, and he should be going for something either fully defensive or fully aggressive, but he's gone for the middle point. And I don't think it's the best item for that middle point. Maybe a Shifter's Shield would have been a little better.
Fire Giant is up and ready for contestation for both teams. It isn't going to be as free as the last Fire Giant that we saw roughly about, what, 5-ish minutes ago. Salty does get mezzed out. Stellar Burst not going to even come out from Edison. This really just comes down to who gets the better fight. Oh, Bacon though taken down to about half health, but Mincer gets hit right. Oh, procced from the Soul Reaver is Mincer with the crush from Yarpi.
Yeah, now the Fire Giant starts. Fire Giant dance begins. And
Hopefully
the winner
it's not as bad
of this fight
PC.
will actually win the game.
Yeah,
depending on
I would
how
actually say so. Depends on if they...
how many kills, really.
Oh, that is huge. Panic gets himself the kill onto Edison. Now they're looking for more. It is a 4v5 fight in favor of Example at this point. Salty could look for a good Cataclysm onto 4 members here. He's going to get mezzed out. Doesn't get hit by the Sikkim or the Crush. He's going to be using the Geb Shield to himself. Can he get the Cataclysm onto 4 members? He's going for it. No, just going to hit that knock-up. Still, Cataclysm could have been good. The Centurious form gun does come through right onto Hayden's. He's in the backline. Oh, uppercut right onto Chappie there. So he's out of the fight completely. I'm a Monster gets used up. Can he look for it over the wall? Going to connect with Salty, but it's going to do no damage whatsoever, as he is a very tanky Geb with a Geb Shield.
He is indeed, and that pick onto Soul is what began all of this. As soon as he died, the rest of Example just went so aggressive, and they knew that they had the lead. So much DPS gone now that because Soul was killed, as well as Burst with that Soul Reaver that he's picked up too. So they knew exactly what to do when they picked, and unfortunately, no Fire Giant. I mean, they aggressed, but they didn't get anything. There was no towers to take, there was nothing to take outside of the Fire Giant, but they didn't opt to go for it.
Chappie's gone into the Oboe instead of the Ichabod that we would usually see. This late in the game, you would typically see an Oboe, but I don't actually like the item too often.
Chappie's by himself, like, so by himself. Okay, Gib is now here.
Get shield over the wall, though.
He was by himself for so long. I was so frightened for him. Isn't it? As someone who loves AD carry and mid mains, like, if you're by yourself and there's like 3 or 4 members of the enemy around, then you don't want to do that.
That's what happened to Incept. They lost Edison at the start of the fight just simply because she got caught out, and then they just took the fight right to the Phoenix. So if that can happen, Dank Bacon actually might get caught out. He's forced to use the Eagles Rally over the wall defensively. They could actually go for fire here. Eagles Rally's down. They have all their ultimates up. They're starting it. Chappie's going for it.
I'm a Monster though. I'm a Monster is their biggest threat. It can steal or it can secure a kill and then another kill and then another and another.
Destiny can legit just blink in and then mez everyone and then easily set up for Yarpi. Oh, big damage coming right onto Hayden's. He might fall down. No, the second bomb is not going to connect to him. He's about half health. I'm a Monster is used, but it's not going to be doing any damage whatsoever. Chappie, oh, he didn't wait. He could actually have used that to steal fire, but they bleach fire. Cats get used up right onto AQ. He should fall down. Oh, he's got the Geb Shield. Blink Cataclysm onto 2 members. Knocked up in the air is somebody with that Sky uppercut. And it looks like Dank Bacon is just trying to box out everyone at this point. And he has the damage onto his Bologna. Onto Salty though, but Salty with the shield, he's just tanking everyone.
Yarpi with the trigger finger, literally, because Xbox, but oh wow, Mincer picks up that kill onto Yarpi, and now the fight continues, and it looks like Example are favoring this fight, as one was returned, Chappie fell, and now he's down for a full minute.
Oh, and now AQ does get the kill onto Bacon, still chasing is Soul. She might fall down, she does. Mincer gets himself that kill. Now it's 4 members. There are only 2 members left alive on the side of Incept. They're going for the Phoenix. They could easily go for a Fire Giant Rifle.
Well, they really don't want to not have it on Chappie. They want to wait for Chappie to get it. So they're going for this tower, like we've seen through the other games. Cataclysm.
Under the tower, they could get this Phoenix very easily. Mincer's going to be tanking that with the help of Bulwark. Phoenix still up. Can it fall down in a second? That's going to be a dead Phoenix. Salty gets hit up in the air by Kumbhakana. The back drop is not going to do too much to him, as he's still tanky as.
He is indeed. So what happened there and why Incept lost was because Yarpi did not wait for the setup from Destiny with the Miz for his ultimate, so he
Yep.
missed. If he had waited for the Mez that was literally 1 second later, then he would have been able to land it onto AQ and then secure a kill, and maybe another one, and maybe another one, and a fire giant maybe. But it so it could have been a lot better, but unfortunately they did fall there, and just a little bit of that trigger finger, which can happen 47 minutes into a Game 3 series. The pressure's on.
It is. Like, as we were mentioning this entire series, this is probably the most even game that you can ever hope. These two teams have gone at each other, but no one's really taken a set from each other, and this is the semi-finals. It really is the next team fight that is huge. Well, loses 3+ members. It's probably going to actually end the game. We saw that 3 members were taken down. They got the Phoenix, could have potentially got Fire, and now they're looking to push up this right lane.
Their ward control is actually lacking quite severely here. They have aggressive wards. Unless they're standing over them and I can't see them. I can only see 3 wards around the fire giant and pressuring up. Okay, there we go. They were standing on them.
Yep.
There's about 4
two aggressive wards.
Okay, it's a lot easier to see now. So yeah, I actually like these wards now.
And that is going to help tremendously with Mincer. If he decides to take a lot of damage from this Phoenix from tanking it, Blink Cataclysm is not going to connect. Yarpy just gets out of there, but that's massive damage coming through from the Centaurus form. I'm a monster. Used up Panic Connect with anyone. Mincer let's get hit by that one. Panic gets himself the kill onto Hayden. He falls down at the start of the fight. Stun coming onto Bacon. He's stuck with a big baby chasing him. And with a Gev shield around him as well, that's a heavenly. Bacon might fall down. Is the stun real? Eagles rally. Double Mez coming through from Destiny. Right into the crush. Destiny gets himself the kill onto Panic. Still fighting under this tier 2 tower. AQ. Gev shield from Salty's going to secure himself the fight though. Chappie's still alive. He could easily take out any of the members here.
1-for-1 trade there as a pause comes out. And Panic being able to take down Haytons is actually fantastic, because that's the assassination trying to take him down. What happened to Panic was he dashed in.
Oh,
you don't want to do that as an Agni, especially when the tank and the AD carry is still alive. Exactly. Like, you want to use that defensively or use the stun with your rain fire. He got some great rain fires there, but
dude, one
we'll
rain fire literally takes out half of Hayton's health, and he's out of the fight completely. He can't do anything. And if that's followed up with a stun, and then just any damage from Chappie whatsoever, he's just going to be able to take out anyone. But game paused by Salty. Do you think they're actually talking about, like, should we go Phoenix? Should we go Fire? What should we do? What should we do?
It could be a tactical pause. You never know. It doesn't seem like anyone's disconnected at this point. This far into game, 48 minutes, 52 seconds. It's very long here at game number 3. We're going all the way, guys. And thank you very much for sticking around. If you are still with us from the start, and if you join us midway through this, thank you for joining us.
Much love, much love. Probably interesting build. Game is getting unpaused right away, guys. It's just a quick little pause. I think that actually was tactical. Nobody really was discussing. I mean, nobody was really DC'd there. I can only assume that it was a tactical pause from example, and now they're going to be acting upon it. Dank Bacon trying to do some damage on the Chappie and Mincer, but are they going for Fire here? They are looking around it. No, it doesn't look like they're going to be going for it too early.
As long as Yarpy is up and I'm a Monster is still on off cooldown, then example should not go for this fire giant, and they're very aware of it, because you can see that they're not even like running towards it. They're not saying, oh, we should go for fire giant now. Oh wait, like they know exactly what to do, and they know not to take fire giant, and they're just not looking towards it at all.
I love the build coming through. I can't even think of the name. From Panic. He sold the Doom Orb, and he's gone right into the Spear of Desolation, which is every time he gets a kill, he's going to be reducing his cooldowns by 8 seconds. So pretty much infinite bombs, infinite stuns to everyone in the entire team. Fire Giant is still up. All 5 members are up and available at this point. Everyone has their ultimates. They could easily look for a fight here, Nightfall.
They could indeed. The thing with Spear of Desolation is that if you don't build it often, which not a lot of people do, then you don't get used to the cooldowns being off so quickly. So you don't make much use of it unless you're a Varys player and you know exactly how to use that. So what you could do is you can rain fire, then stun, then Flame Wave, then Path of Flames, then get a kill, and then do the exact same thing over again.
Mid Phoenix is up. They could easily take it down. They have Chappie and they have the Soul. I mean, it's anyone's fight at this point. No one is really that far behind. Good damage coming right onto Bacon as he gets slowed. Cat's in the back line. Chappie getting taken out by the Supernova. Still up and available. About half health at this point. Going to be lifestealing that with the Assai that he has online. I mean, Phoenix at this point. Cataclysm is still up and available, Nightfall.
Whoa, did you see how much damage that did with the crush onto Mincer? Blink Cataclysm though.
It's not going to connect with anyone. Bacon gets hit the Centaurus form twice there, I do believe. Mincer stunned out under tower. That's a Fear No Evil in the backline. Mincer goes up in that Colossal Fury form, trying to focus out this Phoenix here. Stunned coming through from Agni, and Yapi stuck in the backline with Bacon, trying to get away from the fight. They might be looking for Edison here. They take him out. That's pretty much game. He does so much damage. But AQ is still hot on the trail. Is Hayden's could get out of this fight though.
That was so close. Hayden's almost took down Chappie, and he missed the tick damage. Unfortunately, it was so close. It was just, you know how it's a cone, so the closer you are, the harder it is to hit. It was right beside him and unfortunately missed. And that was the difference between a fire giant for them, because the damage for Chappie, while it's still up, is not good for Incept to try to go for this fire giant. If he was able to assassinate him, then they could have potentially gone for it.
I mean, if Salty had hit the Cataclysm at the start of the fight, stunned out, what, that would have been about a 3-member stun if he had hit it perfectly.
Completely different
That
fight.
probably would have been game. They had taken the Phoenix. They could easily just end. They have so much damage on the side of example. They have the stuns from Agni. I mean, Mincer can even go in the Colossal Fury form to just take it out, and Chappie as well. I just want to see how much damage he's doing at the moment. That's number 4. 36,000, topping the leaderboards at this 4, 4, and 3. He's doing so much for the team at this point.
Who was that, sorry?
Chappie. 36k, doing more damage than the Soul, the Bastet. Yapi, though. Yapi's just sitting in the middle. Just, you know, not as big as an impact as she had in the first game, getting the quadra kill. Just averaging, sitting in the middle. Yapi, really not performing to the standard that he set himself in the first game.
No, I think he's feeling the pressure at this point, and as we mentioned before, missing so many resets is really what's impacting the team the most, because that's what you want Scylla for, is securing that I'm a monster, getting the resets, getting the kills, and being able to absolutely demolish. But unfortunately, you just can't do that this game. He's getting shut down too quickly. Fire Giant started though.
Ooh, Fire Giant at a 53 minutes game. Pretty much anyone's fight at this point. Both teams can contest. I'm a Monster is up and ready. Does get spot out by Dostany. Can they take the Fire Giant? Good damage. Blue team pick up the Fire Giant. That's going to be great for example to have. I'm a Monster gets used. Fear No Evil in the backline to use defensively. Mincer getting stunned out. AQ is up and over the wall. Mincer up in the air. He should fall down to the members from Incept. He is tanking everyone in the Colossal Fury form.
Yeah, he's got those extra petitions. He's got that extra HP 5. Oh my god, I couldn't get it out there, but there we go. Finally, 1v5. He does get picked off, but
4 members
Fire Giant, yeah, that sacrificing himself for the rest of the team is definitely worth for example.
70 seconds though until he respawns. That's a long time to have a 4v5. Either they need to play extremely passive here, or they just go for it, wait for him to get up, and then he can just teleport in. But they need to have those offensive wards.
It's about a fifth, maybe actually a quarter of all of the Fire Giant timer. So they won't wait for him. They shouldn't wait for him, because they are still very strong, even though they've lost a large piece of damage.
They only lost
and
one
tankiness.
ultimate that entire game, and that entire fight, and that was Mincer. Yapi and Hayden's...
Cataclysm though?
No, Cataclysm was still up. So they could easily fight in the left lane if they wanted to.
Wow. They can indeed, as the pressure in the mid lane has been pushed up with those super minions.
Super minions in mid. Phoenix should be coming up in a couple seconds here, but they could easily fight in left, as I was mentioning before. It really comes down to if Salty can hit a Cataclysm onto, you know, everyone. Bait out beads, then Fear No Evil can come through, as he's just being zoned in the mid lane. Hayden's isn't letting him push any further, trying to clear those trying to kill those super minions. Salty mezzed out by Destiny. Edison hits him with that supernova. Cataclysm onto Edison though. They're going to be taking down this left side Phoenix with the help of Chappie. Up in the air is Chappie. Gets hit by the crush. He's going to fall down. That's a dead Chappie. That's their major source of tower present. Salty's just going to be rolling away, but Minter is in the fight as well. He's only just come up. It might have been a misplay for example, for fighting this double Fear No Evil coming right onto Destiny. They're wasting a lot of things onto the support. They could easily be turned around here. Incept are looking very strong at this point. Hayton's trying to do a lot of damage onto Minter. Yapi misses the I'm a monster. He missed it again. Fireman is going to take out the Phoenix just in the middle lane. As we see Kumbhakana trying to defend it, he's going to be a bit too late. Can he clear them? Minions, OP?
Only a couple more hits. Someone needs to go back right now. The next wave's coming in and they don't have another minion wave to secure it. And the team is still fighting over here in the duo lane.
They could take tier 2 tower. I honestly think they can
should.
with Edison. And they have the best step, but they're going to be backing away. What went wrong in that fight for them?
They lost their AD carry right at the start. Just clear as day. So Yapi got the Soul Reaver mixed with Crush, as well as a bit of damage from Haytons as well, and absolutely demolished the AD carry without having to use any ults other than the Kumbhakana.
I didn't even notice this. Geb has a Mantle of Discord, which is going to be able, when he blinks in, he's going to be able to Cataclysm if he comes up, gets hit by a Soul Reaver proc, which works perfectly with the item. He just gets another stun onto everyone around him.
Yeah. It's a great item. It gives the maximum amount of protections, 60 physical and magical. Blink Cataclysm though, mid lane.
Yapi out of the fight at about half health. Supernova doing so much damage. The Iron Monster's not going to connect with anyone. Minter is the Fear No Evil onto Yapi. He's going to fall down to AK with a lucky crit there. Destiny is still getting beaten by this big baby. Chappie is coming into the fight though. They need to be careful. They can easily get this left side Phoenix. With Chappie here, they need to back off just for him to catch up in a moment. Minter gets hit by the Supernova. Not the Supernova, the Stellar Burst, however. Still going to do a lot of damage to him. Chappie rotating over to the left lane now to provide his team with some desperate backup.
57 minutes here in the game. One more kill, even two more kills. One or two more kills will actually secure this game for either side. Because if both carries are gone, then there's no one left to defend other than a Fear No Evil and a Cataclysm for the side of example. But if one person is picked for the side of Incept, they've got no defense.
Oh, good stun onto Dank Bacon. Double or triple Cataclysm onto Edison and Dank Bacon. The Centaurus form's going to go through. Can he use that damage from his hardest ability in the game, his 2? Salty's going to be tanking this Phoenix here.
His X and Y.
His X and Y. He's going to be chasing down Destiny. Can he get out of there? Haytons is going to be hit with an overhand smash in a second. No, he doesn't have any mana. He has no mana. He's going to fall down.
He's got to fall. Yeah, he goes. He jumped in, but ran out of mana, and he must have felt it as soon as he jumped in and gone, oh god, oh god,
Minter
oh god.
takes left Phoenix, tanking that one out. Good stun onto Bacon and Destiny. They could easily take him out. Mega Mixer Minter gets the kill onto Bacon. There are only 3 members up and available for Incept at this point. Panic needs to back away. He has a lot of gold in hand. How much does he have? 4k. Oh, just for the Humbats, 4k. He's going to be building himself the damage potion there.
He's got to. I mean, this is 60 minutes into the game. If anyone's not got a 3k
we are
at
about
this
to cross
point,
the hour mark.
It's been a pleasure casting for an hour with you, Parrot. This doesn't
I
happen
appreciate
often.
it. I appreciate it. I mean,
So-
for the first ever Xbox OCE games being casted and already setting themselves a record close to the longest PC game ever set. I mean, clearly these guys are no joke. Almost 60 minutes. It's going to definitely go over 60 as we see example getting themselves the Fire Giant. They're doing a bit of damage to it, but they don't want to contest too much at this point. Destiny doing a good job at zoning out here. He's just spotting out that it's not being completed to the full extent. He's going to be out of the fight. Minter dashing in, but going to cancel that one because he doesn't want to commit too hard. Have a look at Hayden, so he might be a bit overextended.
He's way out of position, and Chappie knows that he's trying to get a flank on him, but it's a Bastet. That's one of the hardest guys to try and kill, try to lock down, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be successful.
Not at all. Minter in the mid lane gets mezzed out by Destiny. Bastet still pushing up left. She could easily just take a tower and then back before another team fight. Cataclysm going to connect with Destiny, but they shouldn't be using those big ultimates right onto the support. Even if he dies, he'll go into his passive and can mez you there. Have a look at Hayton's though.
I'm watching.
He's going for mid Phoenix. He's going for...
gonna...
Can he get Phoenix? Wildfire?
He actually can, but...
That's... Oh, no. Mince is backed. He
Yeah.
can't even get it. They're going to get fire.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh, no. They're going to get fire as well as it gets started up. Mid lane, Phoenix.
The timing.
It actually will fall, but they're going to get fire.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So he just soloed it by himself. The timing would have been a lot better for him if he had just waited a few seconds. Chappie falls.
Chappie falls to the Iron Monster, gets completely taken out. That's a member already down. That's the ADC, the one that they desperately need in the fights. Up in the air goes the Geb. Jumping over is AQ. Fear No Evil right onto the cellar. They're trying to do some damage. He has the Fire Giant. Two members are still trying to chase out the Bastet here. They wasted too much on the Bastet. They're going to lose their Fire Giant buff. And now they've taken... Ooh.
There we... Oh, look at that. Left lane pressure. Look at the Titan, but... Yarpy's here. He's going to be able to defend... as the next set of minions do come in. The mid lane Phoenix has respawned, so that's a bit of relieved pressure as Addition and the Kumbhakana are pressuring this right lane Phoenix, and it's going to fall. This is huge. This is a massive turnaround for Incept, considering they lost 2 of their Phoenixes. Cataclysm comes through. Will they be able to secure a kill onto Edison? That's massive. DPS gone if they do, but he does get out eventually. He's got only a couple seconds
He's going
left.
to walk into a big baby. He's going to fall down for taking that Phoenix. Can he? Mincer just needs to hit one more auto. He's going to fall down. Edison, one of the major carries for this side of Incept. Titan, they could backdoor it at this point.
Who can do that?
Agni can easily backdoor. Mincer can tank it. He can easily go for it.
As long as they have Q there with the Fear No Evil to get anyone, multiple members off of the carries, either like you said, Panic or Chappie, they can backdoor. But they actually no, they can't. They have to get the mid lane Phoenix down,
left side
because the
will be
Titan
up
has
in
got
a
too
second.
much protections. Too many protections.
Many protections. Way too many at this point.
Can't handle many protections.
Oh, Vamana getting stunned out. No, that's going to be Bacon who gets stunned out on the side for Agni. Mid lane Phoenix, left side Phoenix are up, and they should be falling down. Maybe if they try to go for it. 3 members, from example, have the Fire Giant buff, and that is probably the 3 most important members. The 2 guys who need to tank it, Salty and Minter, so they have the extra healing, and Panic, so he gets the extra damage. I would have liked to see Chappie get it, but they're just focusing him out in these fights. Oh, Garpy falls down though. That's massive.
And now Panic is in trouble. Cataclysm to try and Haytons from dealing too much damage to Panic. He's the carry. He's the one who needs to be as healthy as possible. Now there is Bacon getting turned on, and now Haytons. He doesn't have the pounce. Actually, I take that immediately back as he bounces. And now this Phoenix will fall once again, and it gets weaker every time it goes down. There's the big baby form coming out. Fear No Evil powers.
Fear No Evil onto the 3 members. As you said, Nightfall. Right side Phoenix should fall down as Chappie's been pushed in this lane the entire time. Titan is under attack. It's at about 58% at this point. They could easily take that right side Phoenix. Panic stunned out, forced to use that Sanctuary. They're looking to end here. Nightfall example could take out game number 3 and take down Citadel in the game. 11%. They take it down. Example are your game. Are your semi-final champions who will be going on to face Citadel Gaming in the grand final for the Xbox Pro League. Wow, what a best of 3 series. Nightfall going for 64 minutes.
That was huge, and we had 2 games before this. That was so long and so well played by both teams. Incept looked like they had a 7k gold lead at one point, but still, Example were able to turn the game around, and Incept then turned it back around, taking 2 Phoenixes down as well after their 2 Phoenixes had fallen. And then, oh my god, I'm just mind blown.
It was back and forth the entire game. You could not have asked for literally a more perfect game. At the end of, at around 60 minutes, it was still anyone's game. It was literally anyone who would win the fight. But Nightfall, we do have here our MVP of the game. That is going to be Chappie, topping the charts of the player damage throughout the entire game. Chappie, how excited are you to be taking out Incept?
I thought that series was great. Had a lot of big plays from everybody. Was really happy with Panic. Made that finish possible by taking
Oh,
out
yeah.
Scylla.
How was the team communication? Really around Fire Giant as well. It seemed like both teams really didn't want to go for it.
I feel like everybody was really nervous because there was a lot on the line. Third map, we both knew there was a lot on the line with teams being able to throw big fights. Scylla was always a threat. We just wanted to firm it.
And what was the mindset after game number 1? Getting quadra-killed by
Quadra by
Scylla.
the Scylla.
Yeah, but then you guys came back in game number 2. It was really, really well played. Like we said, a mirror matchup of game number 1. But then, yeah, you guys pulled it through after being down game number 1.
Yeah, obviously, a quadra kill does put you down, but we've never been strong out the gates. We drafted to our strengths in game 2, and that really brought us back. Credence loves his Vulcan, and it was
That
really
Vulcan
fun.
play, though.
That was
Oh.
actually so good.
You were talking about comfort picks. Now, I know that you like to play very aggressive ADCs. We've seen your Medusa was very strong, but there were a lot of times where Khepri and Athena were open, but you prompted to go into not Chappie you did, but you picked up the Geb instead. Do you like having a Geb by your side in those team fights so you know you can play aggressive with the Geb shield, or what were the thoughts behind the Geb picks?
Geb's really good at forcing beads, which I feel is really strong this season, and he just brings a lot of peel. Good shield saves a lot of fights, as it did in all 3 of the games, and just felt it was really strong all round.
Awesome. Do you have any final comments you want to add, Chappie? Any shout outs?
Shout outs to my whole team. They all played great. Love them.
Awesome. Good to hear. Going to close up that best of 3 series. What a hectic game it was. 64 minutes. I still can't believe we casted the entire best of 3 set.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to be seeing all the up and coming things this week. We have the OPL Super Week on PC. Challenges are also going to be played this week. And it's just going to be a hectic week.
Yes, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. It actually is for Super Week. Oh, that's because we've got one extra matchup for both days. Yeah, so make sure you tune in 2 hours earlier than usual, because that will be a super hype. I cannot wait for it. Challenger Cup as well on Sunday starts at 12 p.m. Make sure you sign up to that. Sign-ups are open. If someone could kindly link in the chat if you guys are from PC and keen to get into it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Oh, so
tomorrow we're going to be having the first Smite show, which is going to be bringing casters, players, managers. It's going to be very, very it's it's going to be very, very informative for your OPL benefits. They're going to be talking about a lot of things from the OPL, and also challenges is going to be streamed throughout the week as well, guys.
Wednesday, look forward to
Wednesday, yep, look forward to it. Tuesday is the Smite show as well, if I didn't mention that.
Yeah, we've basically got things every single day this week.
Look out for the channel, guys. Subscribe and follow. There's content going to be on the channel. We've got Xbox things coming out. I do believe that next week we will be having the grand final between Example and Citadel. Can they take out the 14-0 team? That is the question.
That's huge. 14-0? Oh my, that'll be a tough challenge. But looking forward to seeing that one.
Alrighty, guys. For the time being, my name is Parathis. I've cast alongside Nightfall. I hope you guys have enjoyed the best of 3 series. I know that we definitely have. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the channel as well. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night.
See you later.